I'm driving by on Route 44 in Ladue, and I've been noticing the water's coming up slowly, which is good. I mean, last 3 months ago, it was like way back there. And I noticed this. What the fuck? Looks like somebody's flying the airplane and ran out of fuel. And I didn't want to go out there on the very thin ice. Yeah. So, oops. But it's very surrealistic as I'm driving by. Is that an airplane? What the oh, only electric motors. There's your problem. That's not electric, that's gas. He's breaking the rules. Oh well. 60 degrees out here. We got the puppies today. So we got a Bernese. We got a puppy, old Great Dane. Look at that Great Dane. It's a fucking horse. It's a big puppy. Those are his little puppies. I wish I was with my puppy. It's 63 degrees outside in Hiram. Oh, there's the lab. Playing with everybody. Yep, gotta sniff that. Yep, we gotta check that out. Back away from the Great Dane. Well, it was 65 degrees today, and it will be snowing tomorrow, so that's great. Fired up the old grill, making some health bacon, and I wish that didn't drip on me. I'm doing this, it means right here. So anyhow, then we got the pellet grill going. That was a little challenging because, well, two things. One, even though these were not in the frozen department at Aldi's, these were frozen. Didn't expect that. But two, apparently the last time I used this, I ran out of the wood, the pellets. So we did an emergency refill here. And we're using these goofy pellets that I bought that have like Tabasco built in or something. So this will be the first time for that. Oh, I think I could remove this. This is probably nice and dry now. Yeah. So, anyhow, like I said, 65 today, snowing tomorrow. So, yeah, that's kind of worthless. Probably don't know this because I didn't say this, but I think I lost my key to my BMW, which is a fob. Little fob. November? December? Not sure. I think I had it in my hoodie pocket, and when I was shoveling the driveway, I made it go away. So I don't know where it is. This is actually not as wet as I thought it would be, but I did run the pump 3 times last week or so. I don't know what that is. So it's actually fairly dry here, but it's going to snow tomorrow. I think early next week, I'm going to have like 3 solid days. Oh, that's good. The cave-in, not good. So yeah, but I think I'm ready to obviously proceed, but I'm going to do this row first and then fill that in, but I'm going to start laying some block down so I can just start moving some of that stuff over there. But first got to finish making dinner and find my dog. This is going to get rototilled up this spring, and yeah, plus then I got to put the drain over here. That's going to drain sinks and this thing. So anyhow, it's going to be all messy. There she is. She's getting better about not running away. Not always so good about coming back, but better about not running away too far. Right, little puppy dog? Oh, As I was going to work today, I came out and there are people digging in my yard, so that's good. This little fiber optic thing, maybe this is the new one they did. They were complaining about all the rocks. I'm like, well, that's because there's a drainage. That drains into a pipe that drains water out there I put in 20 plus years ago. So, yeah, well, maybe they'll take it out of the bushes. So I was like, why don't you do an aerial? That's what it's for. And, you know, there's another pole right down there that she could have gone aerial to. And like, they don't know. I'm like, well, you kind of did it aerial. I mean, it comes down, it comes up through there. That's air. It comes back along. So, yeah. I'll have to remember when I'm digging in here, because again, I want to put a little drain here. So, hey, come on. See if we can do it before and after. I think that looks better. That brown stuff ain't coming out. I guess that's part of the wood. I kept sanding. Don't want to lose the detail of the profile, but we'll go ahead and get this one. There's no point in having 3. I need 4 for whatever.
It's been missing for 2 days. I think I found her. My wife must have let her in and then locked the door behind her.
Wait, read it. Irony here. Fit came for Earl change, so we got a draining there. Managed not to get it all over myself or my shirt. Wearing my good shirt again. Seem to be doing that all the time. Went to grab the door and found some mystery things. So this whole side is kind of pushed in and scratched. I don't know if you can see like how it goes in. I can buff this out, buff this out. So we're gonna try the old Sucker 2000. And that didn't work. I gotta do 2 hands with this, but I was kind of hoping this would just kind of, you know, suck on it. I don't know if it's too cold or it's too bent. It's probably too bent to think about this. The other way is to take my paintless dent remover tools, like a long thin rod down here, and push it out. But I don't own those. So I'm ready to start laying some more block here, and my goal today was to establish this corner and come in through here and then fill all that in. At that point, then I can finish with the dirt here and I'll start laying my temporary flat block and actually move my stuff over here, blah, blah, blah. But I realized the problem. So my width here is supposed to be 34 inches. I'll double check that. So the distance from here to here, though it may not be critical. And I stopped at 12 feet here from there, from the wall. But if you look, 34 means I'm off the concrete. Now, ironically, I bet you if I come back here, it is on there. So debating on what to do. One thing I can do is just say, fuck it. I got to make sure this has enough room and move this over 2 inches, meaning I would start laying the block 2 inches over and fill that in with like brick or something, just to, I don't know, cut some flat pieces and put them in there. I'm not terribly concerned about the structurality of the corner. I mean, whatever the cabinet's going to be, it's going to be pretty, you know, it's going to have the 2 sides. It's just that one corner. If I do that and I shift it over 2 inches, then this block here will give me the 2 inches back over here so that I'm starting on the block. And now that I look at this, I realized I was out too far, and yet I got wider here. So we're gonna do some more measurements, maybe set up a string. I don't know. I can't do lasers in this. My laser works okay but not in the bright sunlight. Interesting, yeah, so I didn't anticipate that, probably should have. But if I can get to here, and I can get over there, then at least I can fill that in, and that goes a long way. Should be able to do like 8 or 10 blocks. I mean, it's beautiful out here. Short sleeves. So, yep, we gotta figure this out, but this is the time to do it. The other approach is just fill this in with concrete, which, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I don't have the concrete at the moment, but I could just cut that back and fill that in with concrete, but then it won't be part of the slab, so it's kind of iffy, but it's not like there's gonna be a lot of weight. I also need to remeasure how far in, because I think I gave myself an extra inch or 2 here, so that things are, no, I didn't. I went out to the edge. So this is a critical dimension. I forgot that my wall is gonna sit on top of this exterior wall. That block will sit on the outside. So it is important that it be the right depth. I was thinking it's more like a platform and just setting it where you want. So yeah, And this goes out about 2 inches anyhow. So I cleared some of this back, this dirt. But, all right, well, we got to figure it out. I put the triangle down, just ran my tape measure out, which I can't find now, which is really weird. Anyhow, I got 2 inches over here, and I'll just be barely good over here. So I may have to add some over there. So I am going to move this out 2 inches, but the block here is almost level if I just lay it down, but there's supposed to be 3/8 of mortar between each block. So I'm cutting off a 1/2 inch on the bottom of this block, which will make it level with that block. And then that way the next block will be normal. So I'm going to cut the bottom ones to be level. So it's, you know, you can't cut an 8-inch block with a 8-inch blade because you only got 3.5 inches because, you know, the blade only goes down so much. So I was able to cut off into there. So that's not too bad. So I think I'll be able to cut to here on the other side. And then I'll just come through and cut there and there, and I'll just grind this down or hack it down with a, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe if I had a reciprocating saw that cut concrete with the diamond blade, that'd be good. Had the old Dust Pusher 2000 going, so I only breathed a little bit of dust. That's good. I do have a mask on. It's not that tight. So, just got to get rid of that middle part. But yeah, it worked out pretty well. Broke off really easy, but I brought my tools out. I don't know what FF. Somebody didn't want somebody to steal their tools. Too late now. This one's actually pretty nice because it's got a hammer and a chipper. Can't find my brick one. The brick one's like that wide. It's somewhere in the basement, so I brought out those guys. Too bad. And you know, I put 3/8 of mortar here, so if it's a little high, I'll take the brick grinder thing that I have. It's just basically a hard rock with a handle and go over that a little bit, but that should do the trick. You know, we got extra pieces for, you know, whatever you need. God, we're gonna crash. Well, there's a cat underneath there, or a squirrel. Yeah, that's not good. My wall does seem to be tipping over. Oh, there's another branch I could burn. So yeah, it's come time to do a triangle. So probably the best way to do this would be to put a piece over there, and then you do over there, you do your 2, 3, 5, or whatever the numbers are. So basically, a right angle is going to have, you know, 5, 4, 3, something like that. So I guess I'm going to have to do that. I guess I start with this distance, make that the 4, and then the 3, and then the 5. I'm hopeful I can not have to move that pile of block there. The other way is just kind of eyeball it. And right now that doesn't look that straight. I'm getting confused by the poles going this way. So we'll adjust that one. Oh, there we go. That's adjusted. That's right. So it doesn't look off. If I take the line, that one's definitely 12 feet. It's pretty good. So yeah, I got 2 down. I think the next block will be right on top and in center, and then that way I'm only filling that little gap right there. I also need to be cognizant of the fact that I need to put an exit hole here but I keep vacillating on that. I think I may just drill through the block. That may be the easiest thing to do. She's chained up because she kept walking away. I wonder if she's eating. She's definitely muddy. So I'm going to go ahead and put the next piece of block in. I'm definitely going to have to fill this corner in there, so I'll grab a bag of cement on the way home tomorrow and mix it up. Remember how that kind of, because it still needs 1.5 inches that way, so I might as well do that. Everything else here, so just that little section there. But I just don't have any concrete because I used it all here, and what was left over I gave to JB, who helped lay all the concrete. So anyhow, maybe I'll get the third one down. I think my hump is right there. I think it goes back down. So I ended up doing a tapered cut on the first block I did, and then a 1/2 inch on the second. But that's fairly level. Now, level fairly because even the block back there that I put in is not, it's got like that. So really at the end of the day, it's the second row block that needs to be perfect-ish. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are just dry stacked. But tomorrow we're gonna go do those two, figure out what we want to do there. I'm just gonna drill a hole through when it's necessary for the drain. And or am I? Yes, I think so. I'm hesitant because I don't know where my blocks are gonna lie, the infield. Then we're gonna put some blocks in there. So I hope to be to there tomorrow and those something. Maybe I'll just go to there and be done with that. Yeah, and I got my string. I never got around to putting another string. I'll probably do that tomorrow night. Let's see how this... she looks pretty straight from here. Did blow the lawn and picked up a lot of wood, so that was good. I'm looking forward to get rid of that and that.